Okay, here we have a rare turbo fighter, and a weird one at that, and I'll tell you why. So, I bought this because, for those who don't know anything about turbo fighters, I'm about to drop, like, a lot of information about these things. Most of it should be right, but there are people who know more about these than I do. Ivan's out of Glitter 635, he knows, like, everything there is to know about these damn things. But, so he's probably going to correct me if I get anything wrong here in the comments, but... So, here is a weird turbo fighter. I think I'm the only collector known to own this specific version. So, let me explain what makes it weird. Here is your normal arrangement of turbo fighters, although mine are obviously not complete and missing a bunch of stuff. But this one's complete here. And I have a complete blue, I just didn't bring it out for some reason. But anyways, so here you have the first generation, which they're dated 2005, as are all of them, but pretty sure these are around 2006, 2007. All you need to notice about a first gen is it's got a lot more paint detail than the later ones, and it's got a blue screen and a green screen, and it's also the only model that has a gun that lights up. There's more paint details over here, and it's got what we call the first gen audio track, and it's also the only one to come with torpedo launchers on the shoulders. They're removable, by the way. It's just, yeah, so they can go missing, but yeah, the first gens, they have a CE safety logo on the battery cover, and nothing really interesting on the feet other than that, like European, UK, garbage, safety symbol, whatever it means, I don't really remember. The second gens, less paint detail, doesn't come with the shoulder torpedo launchers, still has the CE on the back, same thing with the feet. But it's got a blue and red screen, and it's got the audio from the Super Fighters for some reason.
I am a Super Fighter.
Obviously, this one.
I am a Turbo Fighter.
You get the idea. And yeah. So they both have the first gen also has a rubber membrane button, so it's like squishy to press. The second gens, they switched to They switched to a clicky button to cheap out, perhaps, I don't know. But then the third gen, mostly identical to the second gen. Some third gens have Super Fighter audio, but most do not. They switch back to the Turbo Fighter audio with some new sound effects, so it's the third gen audio. For the most part, it's pretty similar. They switched mechanically to a gummy rubber gear instead of a plastic gear, which the previous two gens have. The third gens, they do not have the CE on the battery cover. It was removed and moved to the bottom of the foot. It's also got a date code on there for manufacturing date. The two numbers at the end of the first thing specify the year, so this would be 2011. Oh yeah, second gen was basically was 2008 all the way to 2010, I believe. Third gen started in 2011, 2010, somewhere around there. Went all the way to like 2012, 2013, I think. No, I think it was all the way to 2015. Doesn't matter. But they moved the CE to the foot, and it's got the date code and stuff like that. Now, for the weird one, the most, and hold on, the shield fell off of this guy. Now for the weird one. This is weird. Obviously, you're gonna say, yeah, it's got weird screens, but other than that, it seems to be a first gen. And I guess you're not wrong. I don't know what to call this generation, because here's the thing. So, first gen, we got the colors, right? Yeah, but ignoring the screens, you got these, so it's the first gen. It's got all the back, you know? But then wait, there's no CE. So it has to be a third gen, right? No. You know why? It doesn't have a rubber motor drive gear. It's plastic, which means it's a second gen. But it can't be a second gen. Or can it? I don't know. It's also got a clicky button.
I am a Turbo Fighter.
So it has to be, it's built like a second gen, but it's marked like a third gen, because then it's got the date code. What does the date code say? 2009. Makes no sense at all how we can have a 2009 first gen if that thing only went till 07. But here we are, and this was also only sold in the UK, so as far as I know at least. So it's really weird. And this gun is not its original gun. Mine was missing the gun, so I just gave it a Robot Sergeant gun. Because for some reason I have a Robot Sergeant gun, but I've never owned a Robot Sergeant. But let's not get into that. So, yeah, this thing is weird. So, I think that's all I have to say. So, let's look at this thing, I guess.
I am a turbo fighter.
It's kind of crappy right now, but it works.
Radar activated. Enemy alert! Target locked. Destroy. Destroy.
So, yeah. So, I don't even know what generation you'd even call this thing, because nothing makes sense here. And we've never seen, as far as I know, a third gen that's dated 09, so it can't be a third gen, but it's got things that point to a third gen, and then it's like, it's just really weird and confusing. I was talking to Ivan about this on Messenger, and I think I gave him a headache with this thing because it makes no sense. But yeah, it's a weird turbo fighter. And my friend Jorge, Tech Beast, he has a what we think is a third gen, early third gen of this screen variation, also from the UK. Although he put a turbo fighter board in it. Originally had a super fighter, but it was like, but now this makes me wonder if it was, no, because it had a gummy gear in it. Yeah, the whole thing gets confusing. But yeah, I'm gonna stop this video now before I just turn into a crazy rambling about this thing, because it's weird. But now it's been documented, so maybe we'll find more.